Most people aren't failing because they lack potential. They're failing because they keep wasting it without even noticing. And if you don't catch these signs now, you'll wake up years from now wondering where all that potential went. So here are 10 signs you're wasting your potential and what to do about each one. 1. You confuse being busy with being productive. You fill your day with tasks, messages, small errands, anything that makes you feel like you're moving. But motion isn't progress. Because if none of what you're doing moves you closer to your actual goal, you're not working, you're hiding. So stop measuring your day by how tired you feel. Measure it by what actually changed. 2. You wait for motivation before you start. Most people treat motivation like a requirement instead of a bonus. So they wait and wait and wait, and the waiting becomes the whole plan. But motivation was never meant to start the work. It was meant to reward it. So stop waiting to feel ready. Start anyway, because momentum creates motivation, not the other way around. 3. You explain your goals more than you pursue them. You talk about the version of you that's disciplined, focused, and successful, but you never actually become him. Because talking feels like progress, but it's just a performance for people who were never going to hold you accountable anyway. So stop explaining your future. Start building it in silence. 4. You quit the moment something feels difficult. The second a task demands real effort, you convince yourself it's not for you, or the timing is wrong, or you'll try again later. But difficulty isn't a sign to stop. It's a sign you're finally doing something that matters. So stop retreating the moment it gets hard. That's exactly where potential is built. 5. You surround yourself with people who normalize your excuses. You've built a circle where staying comfortable is celebrated and ambition is questioned. And slowly, without noticing, you start shrinking to match them. Because the people around you don't just influence your mood, they influence your standards. So stop keeping people who validate your excuses. Keep people who challenge them. 6. You consume more than you create. You spend hours watching other people build, achieve, and grow, and somehow that starts to feel like your own progress. But consumption without action is just a distraction wearing the mask of self-improvement. So stop filling your time with other people's output. Start producing your own. 7. You avoid discomfort at all costs. Every time something feels uncomfortable, whether it's a hard conversation, a difficult task, or an unfamiliar challenge, you find a way around it. But comfort was never designed to grow you. It was designed to keep you exactly where you are. So stop avoiding discomfort. Start treating it as proof you're expanding. 8. You let one bad day turn into a bad week. You skip one workout, miss one deadline, break one promise to yourself, and instead of correcting it immediately, you let it spiral. Because the damage was never the one mistake, it was the surrender that followed it. So stop letting failure compound. Fix it the next day, not the next month. 9. You keep starting over instead of following through. You've begun the same goal a dozen times, full of energy at the start, and gone by week 2. Because starting feels exciting, but finishing requires something most people never build: patience with the boring middle. So stop chasing new beginnings. Start protecting the follow-through. 10. You wait for permission to take yourself seriously. You're waiting for a certain age, a certain result, a certain title before you allow yourself to actually commit. But no one is coming to hand you permission. Because the moment you start treating your goals as serious is the same moment other people start treating you as serious too. So stop waiting to be chosen. Choose yourself first. These 10 signs aren't meant to make you feel behind. They're meant to show you exactly where your potential has been leaking out without you noticing. Because wasted potential doesn't disappear in one big moment. It disappears quietly, one small excuse at a time. The version of you that's disciplined, focused, and unstoppable isn't somewhere far away. He's built in the choices you make starting today. So stop waiting for the right moment. Stop waiting to feel ready. The only thing standing between you and your potential is the excuse you keep protecting. Recognize these signs, correct them one at a time, and prove to yourself that you were never out of potential. You were just wasting it. Subscribe.